Hi girls, happy February 1st. I just wanted to jump on real quick and just talk to you a little bit about expos and vendor events. So I can't ever look at myself while I do videos because it makes me feel super uncomfortable, but I should probably make sure the camera's on me. Okay, awesome, great. Don't look at my hair. There was a time in my life, maybe it's right now, that things were so insane and crazy that I wore a hat every day and never did my hair. So welcome to my many hats. Okay, I'm just going to jump right in, and if you guys want to watch later, you totally can. So I've got a couple notes. So first of all, vendor events, there, let's not be shaky. Vendor events and expos are amazing. I love doing them. They're super fun. You get to meet a ton of people. It's a great way to get your name out there, to get lots of customers, to get new potential distributors. It is a fantastic way to get your product out there, and just overall, it is a wonderful experience. So you just need to do your homework though to make sure that you are getting the right event. So here's a couple questions you can ask. Again, I am so sorry. I'm like shaky today. I haven't had time to eat yet, so I'm going to at some point eat, but just ignore the shakiness until then. So, questions to ask. First of all, you want to find out how much it costs. It can range anywhere. Some events are free and some events are going to be a little bit more pricey. I've done free ones. I've done ones that have been $100. I've been ones that have been $1,500. So just find out what the price is and how many days. So if it's an event that is only one day for 3 hours and it's $2,000, it's probably not worth it. I mean, again, do your homework and find out what's happening. You want to find out how many other vendors are there. Maybe it's just a really small event and there's only going to be a couple other vendors there. Maybe there's only 20 other vendors, or maybe it's a huge event and there's 500 vendors. So find out how many other vendors. Find out how many other competing vendors there are. So find out if you have other beauty vendors. So how many other Mary Kay will they allow? A Unique, whatever other beauty vendors there are. So if there's 20 other beauty vendors and maybe there's only 50 vendors total, that might not be the best event because you have so much competition. Find out how many other LipSense, seriously, I don't know where to look. Find out how many other LipSense or Senegence distributors they will allow in. Some events, you are the only one, and other events, there's no range. So Bree and I did one time where they allowed up to 3. So I've done other events where they don't allow anybody else, which is really, really nice. Those are the best ones. So make sure that there are not as many other other beauty vendors there. Obviously, there can be some, like we did, Melanie and I did one where all the Mary Kay ladies were at our booth. They were actually wearing LipSense at their booth. So it's okay to have other beauty vendors there. You just don't want to have a million of them. And then you are just going to have to decide whether you want to compete with other LipSense or Senegence girls. How many people do they anticipate coming through? Is this an event where they think there's going to be 200 people, or is this an event where they think there's going to be 50,000 people? So find out how many people. How much do they charge for the tickets to let people in? Is it a free event? Is it $20 to get in? Is it $10 to get in? So find out what they're charging to let people in. Find out when you can set up. They usually let you set up the day before and sometimes the morning of. You can come early. I'd recommend doing it the day before because you get everything set up and then you realize, sorry, I should be looking to see if people are saying things. I'm not great at multitasking, watching comments and talking at the same time. So if you set up the day before, it's nice because maybe you forgot something. You can still have time to run to the store and go get it before the next day. What does your price include? Some people will provide a backdrop, they'll provide a table, they'll provide chairs, they'll provide a banner. Other places, they don't provide anything at all. You have to bring everything. You have to bring your own table, your own tablecloth, everything. So find out specifically what they will provide for you. Ask them how it went in the past. If it's not their first year doing the event, find out, say last year, how did the other beauty vendors go? How did they do? How did everybody in general do? So you can ask the events coordinator. You want to really talk with them and have an open relationship with them and ask all the questions to them. So ask them, how did it go before? How did they do? This is just kind of a side note. I always ask at every event how I should dress. I just say, what are other people dressing? Is it more jeans and a t-shirt, or is this like a nicer dress and a little bit dressier? So find out what other people are doing so you're not like the oddball out. I will tell you, side note, every event I've been to, the LipSense booth has been the hot booth. Like, this is what everybody wants. Like, the people just flock to our booths, so that's pretty exciting. Know your demographics. Know, is this an event that is going to bring in 20-year-old girls that are in college? Is this an event that is going to bring in ladies that are retired? Is this an event that is going to bring in mostly men? Find out your demographics so you can have the right colors and the right products. So usually when I do an event, I just stick with LipSense and ShadowSense. And you can choose to do whatever you want, but that's what I do. And I don't market all the colors just because it gets kind of overwhelming and there's so many choices. So I try to keep it like the top 20 colors or the top 10 colors or something like that. Know your demographics. Okay. Find out if they provide electricity or not. We did one event where we were able to buy the electricity there, so we could plug in a TV and have a TV going with videos playing. So when we couldn't talk to everybody because there were so many people at the table, they would stop and watch the videos and stay there long enough so we could talk to them. So that was really nice. Get your Wi-Fi and everything set up beforehand, of course. So I would recommend, if you can do it with somebody, awesome. If you can't, that's totally fine. But if you have a friend or a downline girl or somebody that you can do an event with, it makes it so much fun. It's nice to be able to work with a friend and to be able to work with them in the fact that if I have somebody trying a color, maybe they're a little bit hesitant and I'll say, oh, I think that's beautiful. And maybe they're just not sure. I'll just look over to whoever I'm doing the event with. I'll say, well, what do you think of this color? Isn't this gorgeous on her? And then they're like, oh, this is just so beautiful. So they're getting a second opinion. And then lots of times that helps. They're like, oh yeah, well, she thinks it's great too. So, and it's nice when it when it starts getting busy that you have somebody else there helping too. So you could either, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can just do it 50-50. Like the first event I did with Bree, we got the exact same amount of everything and we split all costs in half. And then other events that I've done with other people, we've done a little bit different. So just have a plan ahead of how you want to split things. Whether you guys are doing it totally separate, you're just sharing a booth, but you're doing it totally separate. Your customers are yours, her customers are hers. Just figure out ahead how you want to split customers, how you want to split potential distributors. So have that planned ahead. Have your payment options all set up. So if you're doing Square, I recommend doing Square. Most people have credit cards, so have cash on hand, of course, Square, Venmo, PayPal, whatever it is you choose, have that all set up and ready to go. And before they open the doors, lots of times they let people come in a little bit early, so be ready to go. Have your color on and only market a color that's in stock. Only market a color that you're selling. Otherwise, people will be like, ooh, what are you wearing? I want that. And then you're going to have to say, oh, it's out of stock. Sorry, you can't have it. So make sure that you're wearing a color that you're trying to promote. And then have maybe, if there's two of you, wear two different colors. Maybe somebody could wear a bold red and then one of you could wear like a lighter pink or something. And then you could switch. So just so you're marketing. I put colors all up and down my arms so people can see the colors, just know what they are. Like have a list somewhere. I actually have a big poster that tells the colors that I'm selling, and I keep it in order so I know off the top of my head what colors are what. So that's a great way to market, because people just want to come up and look at your arms and then they want to touch and they want to see, oh my gosh, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't smear. So that's just one thing I do, personal preference. If you can get a corner booth, they're usually more expensive, but it's worth it most of the time. So if you possibly can get a corner booth, get a corner booth. If you have the option of picking the booth, if you're one of the first people to sign up, you'll get to pick your booth. So find out where is a good spot and just ask the events coordinator. Just say, hey, where is the best spot? Where would you recommend? Like maybe way in the back next to the bathrooms is not the best spot. I don't know, maybe it could be. Maybe right in the middle is the best spot. Just find out how their outline or how their building is laid out and how they outline all the booths, and then find out what is the best spot so you can get a good spot. And make sure you're not next to any other beauty vendors. So you don't want to be right next to somebody. Find out what activities are offered at that event. So I went to one time where we were like the very first people that they came in and saw, which was awesome, except right in front of us, the activity for the event was to get a free facial. So everybody walked in and got their free facial, and then we were the next people. So they didn't really want to buy makeup because, one, they just got a free facial and they bought the makeup there. So find out, maybe it's a holiday one and they're making cookies. Maybe it is a bridal one and they're having a fashion show. Whatever it is, just find out what other activities are going on. Have plenty of stock. Girls, stock sells. I can't even tell you how many times I've even had other distributors or people say, oh, my daughter sells, but she doesn't have this color. I'll just buy it from you. So stock sells. Have a good amount of stock on hand because it will sell. So I think that's about it. I can't think of anything. As soon as I get off this, I'll be like, oh yeah, there's 10 million more things. Let me think for a minute. Yeah, call your local chamber of commerce or call the city and find out what vendor options there are. And it can be anything from a bridal event to a RV show to a children's Christmas museum expo. I mean, there's a million awesome expos. So just do your homework, and I hope you guys do some. Honestly, they're so fun, and it's such a good learning experience. Practice before what you're gonna say, have everything all set up, have your organza bags or whatever you use, have everything all set up. We do testers on the table, so this is something I learned at one of the first ones, is we keep all our stock under the table, hidden behind a tablecloth, obviously. You wanna have a nice display. It doesn't have to be like crazy fancy, but have it look pretty, have it look cute, so people want to come in, so they're drawn to that. So yes, so I keep my testers on the table. Watch your testers because sadly, sometimes they will get stolen. So that's happened before. So always, if possible, have you be the person putting it on their hand, testing it on them, so they're not actually handling it. So just always really watch your product. I would not recommend letting people try it on their lips. It just takes a lot of time. So if you can, have people just try it on their hands. And that's what I say. Try as many colors as you want on your hand. If somebody asks, I will let them try it on their lips. I have my witch hazel, my cotton balls, my applicators, but I really try to avoid doing that. As far as returns, make sure you are getting, rarely have I ever had a return, and I've only had one ever at an expo have a return. And so you just need to make sure you get their information. So you need to have their name, their phone number, and their email. And then you can give them their money back, and then you can give that to Senegence. But that's not a huge deal because everybody loves our products. It's a very weird thing to actually have somebody do a return. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I am forgetting. So I don't think so. I think that's about it. They're super fun, guys. Try it, do it. It's a great learning experience. So I'm gonna hop off. If I think of anything else, I'll just add it in the comments below. I have pictures if anybody wants to see pictures of what we do, our whole setup. So we had professional posters made. We hired a graphic designer and had professional posters made. On our table, we leave out beauty books. We have our business cards. I have a little bowl that we do for drawings for a free color. So I make sure to get every single person's information that stops by the booth. So get all of their information, and on the little card it usually says, are you interested in buying product, becoming a distributor, just a couple different options of a checkbox that they can check. It has their phone number, the email, and then at the end of the event, we draw and then call that person or email that person and let them know they won. But that way you're getting everyone's information that you can send out later to them. So lots of people will just walk by and just put their information in. So you have so many potential customers and potential distributors at your fingertips. So make sure you do a drawing or something that can get their attention. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. Something that you can get their information from. Anything else? Yeah, we have the beauty books. So we've got all the tester colors out. I think that's about it. If anyone has anything to add, I know Tasha has done expos, Tiffany, Bree, Melanie. If any of you have anything to add in the comments of things that you suggest, I would love to have you girls do that. All right, well, hope you girls are having a great day. February is going to be amazing. Guys, I'm so excited. January was awesome. On our team, we doubled our sales in January. So February is going to be incredible. I hope you guys are remembering some of the incentives. There's the book incentive for $50 cash. There is the incentive for the $250 or the $500. So there's lots of really good incentives right now. So if you haven't seen those, look them up. You girls can do this. Like, you've got this. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.